Mac Games and Comics. Check them out on Facebook and visit their site at merrymacgames.com.
What's up YouTube, Evan from Epic Duel Time here. So I know I made a video about Sixth Sense and it wasn't exactly my most serious work, it was a joke video, just to kind of poke fun at the fact that it had been printed in the TCG and it would be at 1 and it'd be illegal. Which is something I had never ever thought was going to happen, and I was quite comfortable with that notion. But it is what it is. I apologize to anybody who had not yet completed the seasons of Game of Thrones and or Breaking Bad. I didn't actually quite think about the impact of putting the endings to either of those series in the video without any warning. But sorry. And so, but either way, if you're watching this, it might be Saturday or later. But for me, it's Friday, the 11th, and so obviously today, for me, Sixth Sense came out, and I have a copy. It's pretty cool. I play Dragons, so obviously this was something I really wanted to have. I pulled it from a Legendary collection. I only bought 3, and I get a discount at the place that I get them. So they're like a little over $20 for me to get them with tax. So it wasn't bad at all, and I pulled one. And then, but yeah, I mean, I ran it today at locals, and I hardly ever go to locals anymore, but I ran it, I went X1, the only player I lost to was a Dragoonity player who also had a copy of Sixth Sense, and we both, like, in one game I got mine, and in one game he got his, and yeah, there's never any point that I drew this card and didn't win a game. I mean, every time I drew it, I won, even if I milled. I'd still win the game just because the mills set me up, or the draws were insane. I mean, for anyone who hasn't figured it out, if nobody has said anything to you, you always guess 5 and 6, because at that point it maximizes the amount of cards that you're going to draw versus the amount of cards you're going to mill. It's just the best numbers you should always guess. It's an equal chance, as long as you're rolling an actual die, it is the equal number, so there's no difference between guessing 1 through 6, so you should always guess 5 and 6 to draw the most cards or mill the fewest cards, even in Dragons. So, but yeah, I mean, it was impressive. I mean, there were times where, like, I drew it, and later on, it would draw me into, like, return. Like, things like that are just obscene. And the thing is, though, like, the deck, Dragons already play so much draw power that this is just something that, like, tips everything over the edge. I mean, again, I think the card's impressive. I don't think it's healthy for, a card game to have a card like this that exists. It's just, I'd rather this not have ever been printed and I not have to own a copy of it, but we do, and I do, so it is what it is, I guess. Right now, copies they're not going for, an obscene amount, but at the same time, it's a really expensive card. Thankfully, we only need 1. There's an upside, I guess. We're seeing some pretty astounding pull rates, though. For anybody who knows, the owner of ARG posted up a status the other night saying they opened up 10 cases, which is equal to 120 collections, which is equal to 600 packs, and they only got 11 Sixth Senses. So it's pretty low odds. I mean, it was pretty freaking lucky that I even got this. So, I mean, it was. I didn't expect to get one. Honestly, I was just looking at some of the Harpy reprints. I thought it was an impulse buy. I just wanted it. That's all. But it was cool. I played locals again. I played against 2 Dragon players, a Dragoonity player, and something else I forget. I can't possibly remember it. But I did well. I mean, obviously I went X1, but it's just one of those. I'm not thrilled that this card's legal. I'm not. It doesn't thrill me. It doesn't impress me. I'm not head over heels for the card. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, yeah. Or I know a lot of people are just, oh my god, I hate this card. We've had cards that exist like this, let's be honest. Not nearly as bad as this, but we've had cards that exist like this, to a severe degree of a card that we really hate. Let's just look at a few just circumstances in this. This card came out, this week. There's no major YCS event for the rest of the year until after, probably there hasn't been one announced, but we can assume after winter time or beginning of the year. There is a Forbidden Limited List change happening December 31st, which is after Christmas, which is convenient because Legendary Collections are known for being quite good holiday gifts for kids. So we can assume that this card will, we'll have it for a couple months just to say it was printed, and potentially it could hit Forbidden. Who knows? I don't like to speculate on stuff like that. Obviously every now and then I make a ban list, video or whatever it is, guessing or discussing it, but I don't know what's gonna hit. I don't know what that list is gonna look like. I know there's a few things I'd like to see. I'd like to see Return. I'd like to see Sixth Sense obviously all be Forbidden. Maybe the dragons get trimmed down a little bit. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm mostly looking at Shadow Specters right now. Dragons are obviously still gonna be the best deck unless something happens. We get something nutty. Who knows? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! But Sixth Sense has a huge impact on the game. Obviously, almost any deck can run it with little to no repercussion. The negative aspect of the card is not even negative. I was even talking to someone who plays spellbooks, and I said, "Well, why not?" And they said, "Well, wouldn't you rather search for them?" I said, "Wouldn't you rather draw 5 cards?" You can play it in spellbooks. You can play it in a lot of things. It doesn't reduce the consistency of much. If you mill a bunch of spells, oh cool, Benefit for Fate. Set them up in your grave, get things ready, bring them back with World. I'm not saying it's amazing in spellbooks, but I'm saying I wouldn't say that there's a huge reason to not run it. And I would argue that for, I'd say 85% of decks right now, I couldn't really argue a reason you wouldn't run this, just because it is that good. To anybody, I'll be going to a regional in Connecticut, the Gaming Etc. regional next weekend, and I assume I'm going to see a lot of this. I think I'm going to be real sick of this card then, but who knows? I'm playing dragons, so I don't know. I haven't even decided that this is what I'm going to play for regionals. But right now I'm playing dragons. I'm trying to find a build that I really like. I'm thinking of a hybrid between a few different builds that I really like. I'm trying to throw some certain cards in that I really like playing, things like that. But yeah, and then Mary Mac gave me a Legendary Collection as a gift. I opened it, but I have the promo pack here, sealed. It's got the Blue Flame Swordsman. It's got all the cool tokens. So I figure I'll just give it away. I don't want it. I have 4 more worth of these, 3 more worth of these. I don't remember. But so yeah, just post something nice in the comments. I don't have a question of the week or anything. So just post something nice in the comments, and I'll pick somebody and I'll give this to them. I'll throw in a deck box decal or something, just a little decal. But yeah, I'll do something like that. Yeah, sure. Just go ahead and write something nice. Write a nice comment. Don't be mean. Just write a nice comment about something and say something you like. Say something about videos you like. Whatever. And I'll give one of these away to somebody. I'm busy right now, so it's videos are going to be a little thin the next week, mostly because all of us are playing this. I got mine a day early, so yeah, I've been playing this. Hashtag Team Chespin. Oh, I bet somebody's going to get pissed off about that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to talk about. So just for those of you who hate Sixth Sense with a passion, keep cool. You got 2 months. We'll see what happens. For those of you who have it, you're in the inner circle, and for those of you who just want this little promo pack, write something nice to me. Okay, as always, like, comment, subscribe, watch one of my other videos that has substance, like this week's Duel video, and keep dueling America.